Now that the U.S. and Cuba have reopened embassies, the staffs in Washington and Havana are busier than ever. CCTV's Michael Voss takes a look.
At last, Cuba and the United States have reopened their embassies after a 54-year gap. Now, as the initial excitement dies down, many are wondering just what difference it will make. For consular officials at the new U.S. Embassy in Havana, this could mean a lot of extra work. Every day, hundreds of Cubans pack a park near the building, waiting to join the line to apply for visas. Many more could soon head this way for fear that Washington might now do away with its generous immigration rules. It was quick. They were very nice, this woman told me, after receiving a one-month tourist visa. The Obama administration has made it easier for Cubans to visit relatives in the U.S. There are no figures, though, for just how many never return. Under a U.S. law called the Cuba Adjustment Act, almost any Cuban who steps foot in the United States and wants to stay, even those who've arrived illegally, is fast-tracked into permanent residency. The law is a leftover from the Cold War, and this year has seen a surge in defections for fear that it could be revoked. Last week, for example, 4 members of the Cuban soccer team disappeared during a regional tournament in the US. Meanwhile, in Washington, consular staff at the new Cuban embassy are busier than ever. They too are processing visa applications and passport renewals in the building located across the street from the Cuban embassy.
I'm going to Cuba this Friday.
Damian Diaz moved from Cuba to the United States 33 years ago. He says consulate employees are always very busy. And with an expected surge in applications for first-time Cuban-American travelers, he believes extra staff will be needed.
Every day is busy because many people, many Cubans in the United States living, and many Cubans want to travel to Cuba, and now America want to travel to Cuba too.
The US still won't let its citizens come to Cuba as tourists, but it is much easier to get permission for so-called people-to-people visits. Now they will have a full embassy to turn to in Cuba if ever they need help. Michael Voss, CCTV, Havana.